If you were to give a business owner or someone that was really looking to just start that journey to optimize and get into flow, what would you tell them is a great first step?
So the first thing you need to know about flow is that flow is a sort of a focusing skill. So the more flow you get, the more flow you get. So if I go skiing on Sunday and get into a flow state, I'm going to have an easier time Tuesday at work getting into flow. The other things I need to tell you are that in flow, some of the things that gets heightened, overall huge impact on mood, happiness, well-being, overall life satisfaction, right? Psychologists now define the upper two tiers of happiness with flow baked into the discovery. The heightened mood you get in the flow state, which is a huge boost in mood, will outlast the flow state by a day, sometimes two. Creativity spikes in flow. Creativity and innovation spikes in flow, which is why this is so important in entrepreneurship. It's a huge number, 400 to 700%, depending on how we're measuring. Plus, it's this focusing skill. And the third thing you need to know is when we move into flow through a global release of nitric oxide, it pushes stress hormones out of our system and it resets the nervous system back to zero. So in our over anxious world where we're all hypervigilant all the time, that hypervigilance costs us. It's actually those stress hormones really taxing on the body, but they block learning, they block creativity, they block performance. Flow resets the nervous system. So all of these are performance benefits that accrue no matter how you get flow, right? And so what I always tell people is the place to start is with what's known as your primary flow activity. This is whatever you've done since you were a little kid, most likely to drop you into flow. For me, it is skiing. For my wife, it is hiking the dogs. We tell people, double down on your primary flow activity. And I'm sure you're doing this in your head a little bit. Old is a mindset and it sets up early. One of the things that starts happening in your 20s is you hear the voice in your head going, are you too old for this shit? You start putting aside childish things. The skateboard goes away. The surfboard goes away. I'm going to focus on my business. I'm going to focus on my relationship. Those are the things we start doing. And from a performance perspective, it's a disaster. It's actually a really bad idea. The more flow you get, the more flow you get. You want to keep those things integrated in your life as much as possible.